Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid preview. This is the preview to the Champions League final for 2024, the 2023-2024 season. The Champions League final will be between Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Lots of emotions going into this game, lots of talking and key points as well, where they will have to get through. But obviously, a Champions League final, Real Madrid in it. It is obviously Real Madrid's competition 14 times. Could this be 15? I'm not going to say yes or no yet, because obviously we don't want to jinx it. But then on the other side, you've got Borussia Dortmund. I'm pretty sure they have won once, um, which was before the Champions League. Um, but it was called the European Cup, if I'm not mistaken, or was it called the Champions League then? I think it was called the Champions League then, in the 1997, um, and they've come close in 2013, which they lost in the final to Bayern Munich. But apart from that, they haven't really been a side that were getting into finals, getting into semi-finals. It's not been um, a very successful competition for Borussia Dortmund. Um, and this season they can prove everyone wrong. They can win the Champions League, which is obviously a really big award, a really big trophy that they can win, right? And look, some people will say they got the easy path, Real Madrid got the hard path. Look, the game is the game. The path was done 2-3 months ago. It's what it is, right? They managed to beat PSG across two legs, 2-0 on aggregate. That wasn't easy, but they did it. They managed to beat Atletico Madrid by 5-4 on aggregate. That wasn't easy, but they did it. They managed to beat PSV 3-1 on across two legs on aggregate, but they did it, and that wasn't easy. So you have to give them the respect. And Borussia Dortmund have been playing pretty well this season, and I'm pretty sure they're currently or they finished the Bundesliga in fifth, but obviously Germany get the fifth spot anyways, so they will get Champions League football next season. But in the Bundesliga, they've been very underwhelming. I mean, four teams better than them, and obviously by Leverkusen, Stuttgart, Bayern Munich, and RB Leipzig have all been far better than this Dortmund side. But in the Champions League, they have been impressive, and you have to give them credit where credit's deserved. Now, can Dortmund win such a big game? We don't know, because we haven't seen Dortmund in such scenarios since 2013, and the last 11 years have changed a lot. Let's make that clear. 11 years ago to 11 years now, have they got a better or weaker squad? There are debates, but certainly it is a very new Real Madrid side. This Real Madrid side are used to winning, but you've got some newer players in there. You've got leaders, you've got experience, you've also got a lot of younger players in there. Jude Bellingham, it's his first Champions League final. It could be his first Champions League at Wembley against his former club. The emotions in this, it's incredible. But the rest of the team have all been experienced. I mean, you look at the starting 11 here. 10 of the players have already won a Champions League with Real Madrid, at least one. Toni Kroos could win his sixth. Carvajal could win, if I'm not wrong, his sixth as well. Wouldn't it be? 14, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, it could be his sixth as well. Which is crazy. There's some players else in the squad that could win their sixth Champions League. And there are some players like Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Valverde, who could win their second. Camavinga as well. Rudiger could win his first Real Madrid Champions League. I know he won one with Chelsea, if I'm not wrong, but he hasn't won one with Real Madrid yet. And Bellingham, Arda Güler, Fran Garcia, Joselu could win their first Champions League trophy in their career. So, with the storyline, with the tale, this makes the game a huge game. On top of that, one other key factor is the fact that both teams have got a legend retiring. And they're both German. Toni Kroos and Marco Reus will both leave their clubs. I think Kroos, obviously we know he's retiring. Reus, I'm not sure. I don't know if he's retiring or he's just leaving. But it's a farewell for these two legends of the game, of their respective clubs. And, one of these players will be in tears for happiness and the other will be in tears for sadness. So, with the drama, with the storyline all of it, it is obviously a massive, massive game. Now, I'm not going to look at the form coming to this game because you're playing in a neutral venue, you're playing at Wembley against a team that are also playing in a neutral venue. So, personally, in my opinion, I think that the form coming to this game doesn't really matter, especially in the Champions League final. It's one of those games, it's a one-off game. I really believe that anything could happen. It really could. So, we just have to obviously wait and see. But in terms of Dortmund players that I'm looking out for, they've got some very, very good players this season. Reus, as we know, always a great, great player. Jadon Sancho has revived his career. Ian Maatsen has revived his career. They've got the likes of Nicholas Füllkrug. I don't think anyone expected him to shine, and he has. Mats Hummels, I'm pretty sure he won both player of the match, man of the match awards against PSG. Karim Adeyemi, Emre Can, Sabitzer, Daniel Marlin, Nicolas Sule, Brandt, Kobo, Schlotterbeck, Ryerson, Sebastian Haller. They have got a good squad. But I think that if you do a combined 11, I think Real Madrid still win overall. I think you could sneak in one or two Dortmund players, maybe. But overall, Real Madrid should be able to win the game. Should be. But in terms of head-to-head, I just have to talk about this because obviously it's not important. Certainly, I don't think it is. But head-to-head, 4 matches, the last 4 matches, 2017, Real Madrid won 3-2. 2017, Real Madrid won 3-1. 2016, 2-2 draw. And also 2016, 2-2 draw. But obviously, we remember that game where Lewandowski absolutely cooked, didn't he? So, lots of emotions into this. And obviously, it's a Champions League final. And the last time we have been in this situation was 2 years ago against Liverpool. So, it's going to be fascinating, really. But here will be my starting 11. It is unchanged from the starting 11 that I predicted against Real Betis. As I said in that preview, that game was essentially the final game for the players who are going to start the Champions League final to get the game, to get the fitness going. So for me, I think this is your starting 11. I think Thibaut Courtois comes in. He has been playing really, really, really well. Whenever he has played, he's basically kept a clean sheet. I think he has kept a clean sheet every game he's played. And look, Lunin hasn't been hard done by. Yes, can we or do we start feeling sympathy with Lunin? In a sense, you can have that kind of bit of sympathy that, he probably deserves better than that. But football is a ruthless sport in a sense. So I still believe that although Lunin has been playing really, really well, there is no guarantees, um, especially when you're a younger player, that you'll get that spot. My back four, Mendy has to start. Um, Carvalho, Rudiger, and Militao. That is my back four. Fran Garcia starting would be dangerous. So is Lucas Vasquez. So is Nacho. So start with a best four. And this is the best four we have got right now. Right? The midfield. Breaking news is that Tchouaméni will be out. He will not be able to make it back. And obviously we also know that Alaba is going to be out. That is not anything new. But Tchouaméni being out, confirmed, means that someone has to play in the 6th row. And the other player who can do that is Camavinga. And I trust Camavinga a lot in that role, if not for Tchouaméni. Would I want Camavinga to play here? No. But have we got a choice? No. The problem is, obviously without the number 6, it is going to be concerning, especially when you are playing a team that are very fluid and they are playing really, really well in the midfield and they're able to get the ball around. But I can trust Camavinga at that job as long as it's not Kroos. If it's Kroos at 6, we are done for. Utilize Kroos as the 8. I think he will probably start. You could see Luka Modric start and Kroos come on, but whoever starts in that zone, in that area, utilize that player's ability. And it's going to be one of Modric or Kroos, really. So, utilize that player. And Fede Valverde, the engine of the team, of the midfield, has to start. The front line, is there a debate? It has to be Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo. It's no debate. I've seen people say, start Arda Güler in the final. I'm sorry, but no. There's just no chance that Arda Güler, I wouldn't say deserves, but there's no chance Arda Güler would start in the first place. And whether he deserves to start, I think it's a different question. I think he hasn't been part of the main team for a long time. He's only just come back. And he's had a good stat, yes. With his goal tally compared to his goal-to-game ratio. But you don't start someone that young, that inexperienced in such a competition for such a big trophy when they've been injured for basically the whole season. And you've got a player in Bellingham who's young, he's somewhat inexperienced, but he has been clutch and he has shown that he can do it in the big moments as well. And the front two pick themselves. These are two players that were here 2 years ago when we won it, so they've got the experience. Lastly, score predictions. Look, I'm a Real Madrid fan. I think we'll win. Personally, I'm not going to jinx anything, but I'm going to say Borussia Dortmund 1, Real Madrid 3. But let me know what thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video preview. Hit the like button. Hopefully, when we come back for this review, the final review of the season, and obviously this is the final preview of this season as well, we will be talking about number 15, hopefully. But thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.